Hey, Doug, I want to ask you about something you just mentioned. You said that you're not going to be in a position of being profitable until business travelers come back. We've heard from so many companies that they're not going to ask their workers to even come back into the office until next summer and beyond. I mean, is that just the case? You can't make money in this business unless you have business travelers traveling?
Well, we certainly can't make what we used to make without business travelers traveling. We've all done a lot to reduce our costs. I'm not saying that we can't be profitable at some level in this kind of environment. But yeah, no, we obviously need people to be flying again. That includes the business community. That will happen at some point. Again, we're starting to see it in certain sectors now at a very slow level. People are in some businesses returning to work. People are starting to get back on the road. But it's going to be a while, and we're prepared for that.
Hey, Doug, what's slowing down the demand from coming back? Is it the concern that corporations may have, and I'm talking about business travel, about sending people out on the road? Is the fact that they say, look, we can make our numbers or get close to making our numbers with these telecalls, Zoom calls, whatever you want to do? Or is it the fact that as you see more shutdowns or lockdowns or quarantines, not only here in the U.S., but over in Europe, if there's any overseas travel, that companies are saying, look, we're just not sending somebody out if there's a chance that they're going to be going into a hot spot?
Yeah, it's all those things, Phil. It's all those things together. And again, I can't tell you exactly. It varies by organization, I'm certain. But primarily, it's just a lack of of something to do when at the other end of the travel. I'm here in our headquarters, but we don't have the full team here, and we don't have a lot of people coming to visit just yet. That will happen. We're getting more of that as time passes. But it's going to take really, much more willingness amongst business to get back on the road. Again, I know that'll happen at some point. I don't know what actually drives it. It may have to be a vaccine, but at some point, business needs to travel. It will travel. I'm not particularly worried about Zoom calls being the future. Generally, when anything that makes the world smaller results in more demand for air travel, I think that'll be the case as we move forward. Right now, we're continuing to weather the storm. When business travelers are ready to travel, we're going to be here for them.
Hey, Doug, what's American Airlines' position on quarantines, for example, state quarantines, and the way people like the governor of this state, New York, Andrew Cuomo, is approaching this? I think there's now 40 states on the quarantine list, which would make it virtually impossible for almost any New York business to send their employees out in the field, if you will, right now, because their ability to come back means that they can't go anywhere effectively for 2 weeks. Have you had conversations with various governors about this, and is there a way to do it in a more precise or precision-oriented way, potentially using testing? I don't know how you've thought about that.
Yeah, we have. We've had conversations, and we talked about testing. Again, those are up to individual states to decide. They certainly have a negative impact on travel. People aren't going to travel, as you noted, Andrew, if they're going to be quarantined, if they have to quarantine when they arrive. Certainly for business trips. So they have a depressing impact. We've talked to a number of governors and others about actually having testing, which would help a lot. We think that can certainly help. Those quarantine restrictions are starting to fall away in many cases, but the sooner the better, as far as we're concerned, because they are a big restriction on demand for air travel.
Doug, back of the envelope, what are you seeing in terms of Thanksgiving and then Christmas holiday travel demand?
It's relatively strong. I mean, certainly relatively, nothing like it has been in the past. But look, we're carrying at American Airlines today. We're carrying 250,000 passengers a day. We're carrying about a third of the American traffic. Our people are doing a great job of taking care of customers, doing it safely. There'll be more than that traveling over the holidays. People are getting out and traveling. It's leisure based. It's certain destination based. But people are traveling, people are flying. There's going to be more of that over the holidays, and our team's doing a fantastic job of making sure it's all done safely.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.